You always have to play until the final whistle. Wales, 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 Wales. Even when you are down to 10 men, I know Hennessy was sent off, their number one goalkeeper, but you have to always do what it takes to at least defend and see the game through. You ride it out, you get 2 points, you head into that match against England, and you still stay afloat in this group. Iran just smelled blood the last 15 minutes of this game, and they went for all the marbles. And not only in football, but in anything competitive. Too often people take their foot off the gas and that's it, and all the work and grind you put in ends up evaporating. It ends up being a waste. And I'm just baffled at how the Welsh defenders were allowing that much space. They were not closing in at all, and now they have to go on and beat England, which is still a possibility because we don't know what position England will be in when they enter that game as well. Well done to Iran. I think towards the end there, when Wales played with the disadvantage, they were lucky to only concede 2. But they did it to themselves. Wales did it to themselves. The result itself is not entirely surprising. I thought it would be 2-0 just in the other direction in favor of Wales. But Wales were just lacking energy on the day. Starting Bale and Ramsey, neither of them were doing enough running. It's great if their quality shines, but they're not the same players that they used to be, and Wales maybe ought not to be treating them like they are. Ramsey was especially not very good. He gave the ball away way too much. He held it on for too long, just very wasteful with his possession. It's kind of shocking that Ampadu came off instead of him. Wales should have had Allen and Ampadu together, I think, and Allen just doesn't have the legs to anchor a midfield on his own. Ampadu was the only one that could control the ball in any big situation. Next game, I'm sure Wales would prefer more up top, maybe James on the left, get Daniel James in there, Johnson on the right with Allen and Ampadu midfield, but we'll see if it happens. We'll see if Page makes the changes that they're going to need to in order to get something from England. Wales had possession, but they were just lacking. They were really lacking up front. Iran played how they usually play. How oftentimes they revert to, which is sitting back, try to hit them on the counter. I think overall Iran did as they grew into the game and they got more confidence as the match went on. They started to outplay Wales, and they deserved to win this, but they had a lot of instances of completely sloppy balls and poor decision-making. I think that Iran started off like they lacked a little bit of belief, maybe a bit of a hangover from the England loss, but like I said, they grew into the game, and it's pretty incredible. They scored with the center back and their right back, Reza Leon. He was man of the match, in my opinion. And for Iran, I think they played their cards well. Kirosh kept the boys in this match with his tactics. I thought his substitutions were spot on. And it's heartwarming to see Iran fans and players have a moment of joy considering all the shit going on in their country. That's what the sport is really about. AFC now have a win against a European side, another one after Japan beat Germany. And Iran is still very much in contention to come out of this group. I said, just because they got trounced by England 6-2 does not mean anything, because Iran now, they got some sort of momentum going into this final game against the US. They are feeling it. They are in position now, if all else goes their way later today, to be in second place heading into that final match day and possibly getting past the first round for the first time ever. This was always going to be a tight one, and it's still very tight, and it will remain tight all the way until the very end.